Hey guys, and welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. Today I wanted you to join me while I do some mods on the car. The weather's horrible outside, there's no shows to go to this week, so I thought I may as well invest some time in the car. It is getting to that point where you can start seeing your own breath, so it's getting cold. Got the heater on behind me. Thankfully got the roof, although it's got a couple of leaks, so we'll have to address that at some point in the next couple of weeks because the car's wet on top. But what I'm doing here is I've taken the under trim off here because I'm going to fit myself one of those sockets. Now I've done a whole video about this. If you want to fit a hidden 12 volt switch line socket just here in this trim underneath there, that way you can plug whatever accessory you want in, then when you turn your ignition on it will come on, whether that be dash cams, whether that be a Bluetooth transmitter, phone chargers, all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to put my usual Bluetooth transmitter in, which I like, but I'm also going to use a lead which I bought to power my Ignitron, because I have that tablet, which is a computer, Windows tablet. I needed a power supply, and obviously I don't really want to have it on charge all the time. So I thought I'd fit this socket. The USB transmitter that I have has two USB ports, so one for the phone, one for the Ignitron. Amazing. That's a nice little mod. Now, I'm very excited about this. I've got two things sat here. One of them I've wanted for the entire time I've had a TT, because I feel like this is the single biggest thing that they should have fitted from new that they didn't. I'm sure you already know what it is. It is an armrest. Now, there's some controversy about this. This is not, and I repeat, not an OEM armrest. There's no such thing as an OEM armrest in a Mark 1 TT. This is made by a company, one of two companies, it doesn't actually say on it, but it was either Forge or the TT shop that they sort of manufactured these with these sort of dimpled covers which look just like the ones on the doors, and this fits into the original position. Now I have heard that these need a bit of a spacer to make them a bit higher, but we'll fit it nonetheless and we'll see what it's like. It comes with the trim, thanks to Mark Stanley. I bought this for a reasonable price. These range from £150 to £300 depending on where you're buying them from. So they're not cheap. That's why I've been sitting on eBay for the last 5 years wanting one, and then bit the bullet and just paid full price. And also, thanks to my friend Phil, who doesn't want this anymore, has given me this painted gloss black diffuser, which I think will actually suit my car better than the V6 style one, because obviously the roof is gloss black, the mirrors are gloss black, the spoiler's gloss black, I've painted the front grills gloss black, so really I should swap that out. So shall we get stuck into it? Let's do some work. I'll button this up under here, put it all back together, and then I'll come back and show you what it's like fitted, and then we'll move on to the good stuff. Get that armrest in, yeah? So that's a nice little job done. All buttoned back up again. You wouldn't even see it. The only time you'll see it is if you see the dongle from the side, but I think this is one of the top mods to do for a tenner or less. You can buy a pack of 3. I'll put a link in the description. I'll post a picture up now of them, 3 of them for a tenner. So if you've got a couple of cars, definitely worth doing. Off Amazon next day. Comes with fused leads and everything, just the right length. So fits really nice. What I will say is this panel is quite hard to remove. I have a trick to not having any problems with it, is just don't take it off. Because it's a pain in the butt. There's 2 white things that it goes into, 2 locators that it goes into at the back, and if you don't get them right, you'll spend forever fighting it. But more excitingly, let's fit that armrest, shall we? Oh, hello. So, fitting the armrest is actually quite a straightforward job. What you'd usually do is take out your plastic center cover console cover, pop that out. Now if you have an original factory cup holder, what are you doing? Do not take that out. To fit that with this, it doesn't really work because you have to do one or the other. Plus the factory cup holder is bolted into the cover as well, so there's 2 screws underneath each of the cups and then it lifts out. Once that's done, you'll take these 2 little 5mm M5 fixings out, which have a Torx on. Discard them because you don't need them. And then what you're going to do is, through these 2 holes, locate the exact same fittings in there like that. And then you bolt through with some bolts that you prepared earlier. Now I've got some M5 ones with nice big spreader washers on, which I will try and put in. Quite an awkward place to work, this. Especially when you've got no light, because you didn't plan that far ahead. I'm trying to work out if these bolts are actually long enough. I tell you what, let me go and grab some longer ones. Ooh, let's try that again, shall we? So slightly longer bolts, same M5s. Put that somewhere where it's not going to roll away. Alright, let's try and locate this again. I'm not going to lie to you, I am super excited about fitting this. Ah, that's better. Needed a slightly longer bolt. Yeah, super excited about fitting these, because to be honest, most cars I've ever driven have had armrests. And for some reason TT seemed to have slipped the net a little bit, because both the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 don't have an armrest. The Mark 2 has a slightly raised centre console, but it's not really an armrest. It's not really high enough to be an armrest. It's a strange one. So now we're getting somewhere. Obviously you want to be this reasonably tight because you're going to be leaning on it, especially if you're throwing it into the twisties and you're relying on it for support. And I think it goes quite well with them Porsche seats. It was like I had this planned. I'll be honest, I never planned on buying one of these because for a couple of £100, I always deemed it a bit excessive, but to be honest, I'll probably fit this and then think, why did I not buy one of these 4 years ago, 5 years ago? Because I mean, it just looks right. I've had one of the plastic ones, they're all right. But it just doesn't constitute a proper armrest. And I feel like my arm is lost in this. You get used to it. Right, I think that's tight. Oh, do you know what? Honestly, just go and buy an armrest. Thank me later. It's like the perfect height as well. Right, let me fit that trim and then I'll give you a closer look. Look at that, look. Just looks so good, like it's meant to be there. If you don't want it, you push it out the way. Oh, just perfect. And I mean the fitment, really nice. Probably can't see that very well, but it's got that cover on it. It just looks right. Oh, absolutely perfect. Right, let's move on to our last job of the day. Right, the final mod on today's list is this diffuser. So we're going to be swapping it out for this. They're black, but they're not shiny. But this obviously just matches that paint a little bit more. And I think it will look quite nice. We'll soon find out when we fit it. But I like the fact that I'm going for that sort of contrast between silver and gloss black because it breaks up the plain silver a little bit. For this job, you'll only actually need two tools, a Torx 20 and a small flat-headed screwdriver or something for pushing up the two tabs. I'll show you once I've removed this. So on the inner edges, it has two Torx fixings. And then on the outer edge, it has these press clips, which you have to push the middle bit out and then try and catch it so it doesn't go flying. And then the diffuser, usually, you can just pop the clip out. Be careful. There we go. So you have this small clip which has this little plastic dowel here, and that just pushes into there. And then what it does is it spreads, as you push the clip up through, it then spreads the back, which stops it coming out. Do that on both sides. If both sides are still intact. A couple of stones out while you're there. Take these clips out. I always pop the pins back in just a little bit because you'd be surprised the moment it hits the ground it will vanish forever. Now with these diffusers you can normally just work them out as you go along. What you don't want to do is put any pressure in any one particular place, you'll end up breaking it. They're normally pretty easy, especially if they've not been on the car since new. When they're the painted ones, they are a bit more of a challenge, but I'll show you in a second how they fit. So they've got all the way down the side, they have these tabs which have like a little hooking mechanism. So what you might have to do is just try and get behind the bumper and just pop your fingers in there. Now this is actually very clean from behind here. I was expecting to pull this off and this be rust from left to right. It's actually very, very nice. I am at some point going to take the rear bumper off and I will treat all of this with my Lano Black just to make sure that it's good for many, many years to come, and also take this weight off here because, well, it's unnecessary. Right, now this, again, fitting very simple. I would recommend cleaning in there, but Ta-da! That was easy. It was easier than I thought it was going to be, that's for sure. And then with these, you might need to use the back handle of the screwdriver just to force the pin in. I would always do them first just because it's a little bit easier to do the push clips. This is actually a very good fit. So this is one of those eBay ones with the diffuser. It actually fits really, really nice. Push straight in, the clips mount up, which is unusual for it something to fit so well. And all the holes are in the right place, he says. There we go. They are. Having a mad one today. A nice quick swap this as well, which is what I like. And I think it makes quite a big visual difference because it's got that, where the Votex spoiler has that sort of hard edge lines, these fins have that nice sort of hard edge line. It matches with the gloss. I think it looks really nice. Let's give you a more square on look. See what you think. What do you reckon? Do you prefer it or do you not? Let's tell you what, let's up the brightness a little bit so you can see a bit better. There you go. What do you reckon to that? I really like it. Yeah, very happy with that. I'm not going to lie to you. The honeycomb one is nice. So this is the V6 one. Honeycomb valance matches the front grills. On a 225, not a V6, because a V6 has their slotted ones. Genuine part, only 4 fitting tabs. Very simple, nice little modification. And I think because the V6 and the Quattro Sport had all those nice extra pieces on, they've become quite popular because obviously people want to fit all of those things to give it that sort of extra that a 225 doesn't have. I really like it. Mods wise today, I just thought I'd sort of let you join in with me doing some bits on the car. I haven't really driven the car that much. I've actually got the battery on charge because the battery was flat for a number of reasons. Obviously I bought a motorbike, so I've been out riding that. I've been to the TT meets, all the TT meets we've had recently. I've been to the ones at the TT Owners Club at the British Motor Museum. I've been to Ockham Bikes, we had a great turnout. If you head over and check out Andy Charger's video, we have a couple of meets coming up, one on the 11th and one on the 25th, both sort of Surrey-ish way. They're probably going to be the final ones of the year, although I'm probably going to squeeze in just a little December breakfast meet. Keep an eye out for that. And if you haven't already, and it's not too late because it may be, go and vote for the calendar. This year's calendar, everyone submitted their pictures. You need to vote for your favourite pictures. You can vote for more than one, it doesn't matter. Get voting, and then the calendars are on pre-order, so you can order yours now. They'll be shipped out early December. Perfect Christmas gift. 12 months of TTs, what more do you want? But I hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know, would you have the armrest? Would you have this rear diffuser? I love to know everyone's opinions. Obviously everyone likes something different, so it's always good to hear that from you. But the armrest, go buy an armrest. eBay, 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 eBay. I'll catch you later on, guys. Bye for now.